Okay. She's dead. I'm sorry. You can't go in.
Can I see her?
No, not right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What happened? Just go to the home and get the footage. You'll see how I got her. Hunter, I'm asking you, what happened? I don't know why you're raising your voice at me. What happened?
What they found in that bathroom wasn't just tragic. It was the kind of sight that haunts forever. The victim had shopped for her protection, never knowing the perpetrator would use it to write her final chapter.
What killed Madison was a 9mm.
Well, I thought she just passed away.
She's dead.
I was just told she just passed away.
She's dead. Somebody shot her.
A knight in shining armor, or someone else?
Did you kill her? Absolutely not. Mr. Bishop, did you kill her? Absolutely not.
Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. We bring you true crime stories from all over America, so you can decide for yourself, guilty or not guilty. May 15th, 2020, in the small town of Searcy, Arkansas, at 7 a.m., police responded to a 911 call.
Was it y'all that called? 909. Okay. I was like, wait, am I at the right place now? I thought they said 601. 604. Okay.
Concerned co-workers had reported Madison Clavenger for being unresponsive, and so police were called to carry out a wellness check. The officer knocked on the door as per protocol.
Searcy Police Department. Whose keys are those?
Those are hers. My sister's.
Someone appeared, but it wasn't Madison. A small dog barked behind the door. Madison's father and sister arrived soon after.
Hello, puppy. Hi. How old is she?
In her early 20s.
Any of y'all know family member or anything? Oh, you're a family member. Okay. Sister. Okay.
Got a pry bar or something so I can break in.
As per wellness check protocol, the officer could use a crowbar or battering ram to break into the house, which he didn't have. What he did have was a backup plan.
There's a window unit back here. I think we can probably move that window unit, not the close one because it's clearly screwed in, but the other one we could probably get in.
Okay.
That far window unit back here, we can probably get through there.
As they walked toward the window unit, her father offered to go inside, but it was hard to break through. Her father finally managed to push a path through and climbed in.
How are you related, sir?
I'm the dad.
Your dad, okay. And then if you would just come unlock the door quick.
The officer waited by the front door, the seconds dragging on, while Madison's father faced something that can be described only as a parent's worst nightmare. Everyone was waiting outside, oblivious to what was going on. It was taking much longer than anticipated. When the door finally opened, the truth was undeniable. One look at her father's face, and they knew it was too late.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to go out. I'm sorry. Sir, I'm sorry for your loss. Can we step outside?
Madison was gone. As her sister's heartbroken wails broke the silence, her coworker rushed over to see if she had made it, but the officer confirmed her passing on the radio. The family was kept outside as the officers preserved the crime scene. There was nothing more to be done. Her father's pain was evident in his face. Her other sister was struggling to come to terms with this terrible new reality.
I need to go over here and see her.
She's dead. I'm sorry. You can't go in.
Can I see her?
No, not right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
One sort of thing.
She wanted to have at least a glimpse, but the police officers remained professional. Madison had been known for her kindness, her faith, and her ability to see the best in others. Her room still held remnants of that belief. It was evident that she was loved very much, but someone had taken her life, and nothing had been stolen except for a necklace and a ring, both of sentimental value. Then came the name that shifted the course of the investigation. Hunter Bishop.
Hunter Bishop, I've heard that name.
I've heard that name too.
In 2015, Hunter Bishop attempted to rob a gas station in Plainville, shooting the clerk in the process, and later admitted to burglarizing a nearby Pizza Hut, but finding no money. He had confessed all this to an ex-girlfriend who had reported him, hence the notorious reputation. Hunter Bishop was also Madison's ex-boyfriend, as well as a convicted felon. Now, if you looked up Hunter online, his Facebook page was pretty open, and let's just say it didn't exactly paint him in the best light. He didn't seem like someone you'd want around your daughter. Hunter was the first person police looked at, and for good reason. There were no signs of a break-in, no forced entry, which meant the killer didn't sneak in. They were let in. Nothing valuable was taken either. This wasn't about money. The only things missing from Madison Clavinger's home were a necklace and a ring, both of sentimental value. One of them had come from Madison's mother, so this felt personal. And all signs, they pointed straight to Hunter. With everything lining up, officers set a plan in motion. They parked near Hunter's house, ready to stop him the second he hit the road. It didn't take long. His red Chrysler 300 rolled into view, right on cue.
Let me see your hands, man. Hey, I'm Officer Ask with the police department.
How's it going today, officer?
Doing good. You got your license, registration, and insurance?
Yeah.
The officer approached him carefully, but Hunter was friendly and casual.
Is there anything in the vehicle I need to be worried about? Any bombs, guns, drugs, illegal contraband? Ain't got any firearms or anything in the vehicle?
He was scrolling through his phone, nonchalant, unconcerned, except he played it way too cool. The other officer approached the car and asked Hunter Bishop to step out.
Mr. Bishop, do you mind taking a step out of the vehicle for me?
What for, officer?
Well, I just want to make sure there's nothing in the vehicle I need to be worried about.
Where is it?
Okay.
Just a quick check, he said. They wanted to be sure there was nothing in the car to worry about. Then came the shift.
Well, to be honest with you, you're wanted. There it is. Our CID is needing to speak with you.
Hunter was told he was being detained. Detectives needed to speak with him about something that happened the night before. Hunter stayed calm.
What?
Our CID, our detectives need to speak with you. So I need you to step out of the vehicle and
Okay. Can I turn my vehicle on and roll my windows up?
Yeah, we'll let you turn it back on. I just need you to step back out here real quick. Because at this point, you are being detained. You're not being arrested, but you are being detained. There was an incident that happened last night that that our detectives need to clear up with you. Okay?
Oh, do you have a warrant or anything?
No, that's what I'm saying. Right now,
okay.
you're just being detained. You're not being arrested.
Okay.
The reason the officer didn't let him start the car was that Hunter could simply drive away. There was no legal reason to hold him back, at least not yet. They were being as polite as possible to ensure cooperation. From there, things got tense. The officer asked if Hunter had anything on him. Nothing, Hunter said, but the officer noticed something.
You got anything on you? Just make sure.
No.
What's that in the front of your pocket or front of your shirt? Where's the gun at?
I don't have a gun.
There. Well, you have a holster. Where's the gun at?
I don't have a gun.
Naturally, that raised a question. Where was the gun? Hunter denied having one, but the holster said otherwise.
Where's the gun that's supposed to go in there? Okay. Like I said, as of right now, you're just being detained for questioning, okay? If you would go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me. I'm gonna go ahead and place you in handcuffs. So there's not a gun in the vehicle?
No.
Do you mind if I take a look to make sure?
Without a warrant, I would prefer not to.
Okay, there's no problem.
The officer made it clear this was just a detention for questioning. Still, handcuffs went on. Hunter refused to have his car searched. That meant they needed a warrant, and time was ticking.
If you would have sat back here to my vehicle, like I said, we'll get it all rode up and all this fun business here in a minute, okay? And I'll let you get some stuff if you need something out of there.
I don't want to leave my car here.
No. It's gonna go with us one way or another. Either you're gonna drive it or we'll have it towed. One of the ways.
I can't afford to get it towed. Okay. Why am I sitting in the back?
Just because you can't sit up front?
Hunter was asking the right questions just to test the waters. Clearly, the officers had something on him. He was being escorted in a police vehicle. Hunter didn't want to leave his car behind because he couldn't afford a tow. When asked to sit in the back of the cruiser, he hesitated. Sitting up front wasn't an option. Since Hunter refused the search, the officers had no choice. They'd need to get a warrant to look for the gun, the one that should have been in the holster, and they had every reason to believe it was there. But what they didn't know yet was the history behind that gun and how twisted things were about to get. While 2 officers worked on the search warrant, another one drove Hunter to the station. Inside, he was given paperwork to sign. Hunter hesitated. He didn't know if this meant charges were coming or not.
Alright, before we get to talk about this paperwork, it's like everything else.
Am I being charged with anything? I don't know what's going on.
No, right now we're just doing our investigating part. I'm being charged with anything right now.
Eventually, the forms were filled out, and the real questioning began. The detective told Hunter what had happened.
You know why we wanted to talk with you today? That's no idea. Okay, that's fine. I'll fill you in on the details. There's as much as I can. Our officers went out to residents today to check on welfare of the Madison Buttigieg. She missed an appointment, which apparently is unlike her. And when we finally was able to locate her, we found that she had passed away. So at this point, we are trying to talk to any and everyone who has known her or has seen her previously, and just trying to put our pieces together. So that's why I'm talking with you today. Oh, wow.
Hunter's body language was closed off, a bit nonchalant for someone whose ex had been found deceased. No emotion, no shock, just a calm stare. It threw the detective off, but he didn't push. Not yet, at least. Instead, he asked about Hunter's relationship with Madison. Hunter took a long pause before answering.
Did you know Madison?
Yeah, she was actually a pretty good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm. So did y'all, how would you define your relationship with her? Did y'all hang out? Did you just talk on Facebook? Did you go out and just do stuff as friends? Did y'all date? How would you define it?
I feel like
He wasn't just thinking. He was trying to put their relationship in a light that would make him the least priority suspect.
being all messed up about my high school love and stuff, I probably didn't see her for what she could have been, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But we were excellent friends.
Were you wanting to see her more than just a friend?
You know, I had talked to her. I talked with her about it, and I told her that I don't really feel like that if I stuck myself out there and be in a relationship that I would be right now as good as I potentially could be.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter said they were good friends. He also claimed he didn't see her as more than that, but there was hesitation. His answers got long and tangled, as if he was buying time or choosing his words too carefully.
But I've seen potential in her, and I didn't say an absolute no. She was a sweet person.
Mm-hmm. Did she want to have a relationship with you?
I believe she did.
Did she say it outright, or just did she hint at it, or what? What do you mean by you think she did?
At this point, Hunter was making everything up. The detectives already knew the real story.
So you said you found each other on Facebook?
You know, I can't remember. I believe she found me.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. I don't remember how long it's been.
When asked how they met, Hunter fumbled. He couldn't remember if it was Facebook or something else. In fact, he wasn't even sure who contacted whom at this point.
How often would y'all get to talk?
I'm kind of more sparse than she was. I believe she would contact me more often, but I'm just kind of an antisocial kind of guy.
Even when asked how often they talked, he stayed vague and came up with another lie.
When's the last time you got to talk to her?
Today's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Probably spoke with her yesterday.
Yesterday.
The detective pressed about Friday. Whatever Hunter said now mattered because now the detectives were building a timeline. If Hunter was the last person to talk to her, they needed to know when.
Did you work yesterday? Yeah. What kind of shift work do you have on working on?
Tends to be the morning, the afternoon shift.
If he was trying to use work as an alibi, they had to lock down those details. But Hunter stayed unclear. He didn't give the officers anything solid, just enough to leave room to adjust his story later, if needed. This was very calculated on his part.
I mean, at this point, she passed away. I mean, am I being charged with anything?
No. We're still doing our investigation. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That.
I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning to go to work.
Yeah. You had to go to work today?
Okay. Yeah, no, I just got off work whenever y'all pulled me over.
Okay.
He didn't want to risk painting himself guilty by requesting a lawyer, so he gave smart answers to evade any suspicion. But the officers were set to crack him.
I mean, is there any way you can call me or something, or... I mean, y'all took my car, I don't even know why, because I never come get it. I don't have my phone with me.
One thing was obvious. He really wanted to get out of there. The detectives were quick to circle back, knowing if they made him run his story a few times, he would slip up.
So you woke up at 5 a.m., right? What time do you have to go to work today?
Well, I thought in the beginning of this process, whenever I was done talking, I mean, I don't know what I can provide you.
Perhaps Hunter was simply nervous and had nothing to do with this tragedy at all. The officers had to think about this possibility. Suddenly, Hunter remembered that he did in fact speak to Madison the night before.
Well, we're trying to figure out who's the last person to talk to Madison. We have an idea, but we're not certain. So that's what we're talking to everyone who knows her, and we're trying to figure out who was the last person to actually talk to her.
I mean, before she went to bed, I'm not sure what time it was.
Mm-hmm.
She would call and tell me good night.
Yeah.
So I assumed she went to bed, and maybe she stayed up on Facebook. I don't know what she did. But before she was ready to go to bed, she called me. We spoke for, I don't exactly know how long, and then I guess she laid down, and I guess I laid down.
Right. But you don't remember what time y'all talked about that?
You see, Hunter wasn't being entirely honest. He and Madison had been romantically involved for a while. Madison had messaged friends, frustrated. She said Hunter treated her like one of the guys, except when he wanted something else. He even flirted with other girls, never made her a priority, and crossed boundaries when it suited him. She was in a toxic relationship with Hunter Bishop. The detectives knew everything. They just wanted to see why Hunter had chosen to spin this angle. The detective circled back to the last call. Hunter didn't know anything, but his choice of words was very interesting. He wanted to plant an image in the detective's mind that he had gone to sleep and Madison had lain down. Or at least that's what he claimed. There was no maybe. They might have spoken, but they had both gone straight to bed. The detectives weren't done with him yet, not even close. They were going to try the classic good cop, bad cop. Detective Smith entered the room and looked Hunter Bishop straight in the eye. Hunter looked drained.
Hello, sir. Mr. Bishop, I'm Detective Smith from the Searcy Police Department. How you doing, sir? You look a little tired, brother.
I am.
But there was no time for sympathy. Smith got straight to the point.
Detective Ripper had to step out for a little bit. He's following up on some other stuff. He asked some questions about the traffic stop and everything, because my officers were telling me some concerning things. They found a holster. The appendix holster here on me is empty.
That immediately raised red flags. Who wears an empty holster?
Was there a gun in it? There was no gun in it? Why would you carry a holster without a gun? I wouldn't want to lug this stupid thing around if I didn't have a gun in it. Why'd you have a holster? Did you and Madison go to Guns Plus and purchase a gun?
Detective Smith wasn't holding back any punches. He might be friendly, but he wouldn't give Hunter any time to think of an excuse.
I gave her some advice on picking something out for her.
Right. Did you guys go shooting together?
She shot it.
Did you go out and shoot it at the pond up there? And We've got the targets and stuff. You use spray paint to paint the targets and all that other stuff. You remember that? But I got the targets too.
Yeah.
Hunter had helped her pick something small, something she could handle. He even admitted to testing it out with her. However, his answers don't matter here. He remembered the trip, remembered the shooting, but when it came to the gun itself, he distanced himself.
So I didn't shoot the gun?
No, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying that you was with her. You remember the color of the gun?
It's kind of curly.
It's a curly gun?
Mm-hmm.
It was vital that he clear himself of shooting the gun.
You remember what kind of gun it was?
No, not really.
You were giving her advice on it, right?
Just kind of like, something smaller and controllable.
Right. You remember what caliber it was?
No.
Did you buy a couple boxes of ammo while you was there?
No.
Then came the footage. Security cameras showed him right beside Madison as she bought the gun, just days before she was found dead.
She bought the gun. I know that. And I know you were there. I got the video.
Madison appeared excited, while Hunter smirked. She didn't realize it yet, but Madison was shopping for her death. That same gun was now missing until they pulled Hunter over. Detective Smith was about to confront Hunter.
You have a holster on you, and I'm missing the gun. The gun has been reported stolen. You see that? Is that the girly gun?
It may be.
It's in your car.
The gun was now in custody. It was sitting in his car. Suddenly, Hunter could remember a few things. Maybe she left it in his car.
We just executed a search warrant on your car. And it was in your car.
We drove my car. Was it? I believe we drove my car out there for me to show her how to shoot it.
Okay.
I can't recall if she ever got it out of the car or not.
That gun is a stolen gun.
It shouldn't be. She bought it.
She bought it. She's dead and it's missing. So it's been reported as stolen.
I believe we took my car out there to go shoot the gun.
Would she left it in there?
I'm telling you, she's
You didn't know it was in there? You had a holster on you, brother?
Officer Smith made him say it out loud before telling him how ridiculous he sounded.
You got a holster on you. You got a gun in your car. It probably got your fingerprints all over it. I've got a 9mm casings from when you guys went shooting. I had the targets when you went shooting.
As the detective walked him through the evidence, fingerprints, ballistics, statements, Hunter barely reacted. The weapon matched the holster. It matched the murder scene. And soon, forensics would tell the rest.
I got stuff at the crime scene that says what killed Madison was a 9mm.
Well, I thought she just passed away.
She's dead.
I was just told she just passed away.
She's dead. Somebody shot her.
I mean, wow. I was just told she passed away.
She did pass away.
That explanation didn't hold. Not when the missing weapon turned out to be the murder weapon.
I mean, I believe we took my car out there to go shoot it. I guess she could have left it in the car. I mean, I was at my house all night last night.
All right. Here's the thing. I've got search warrant done on your vehicle, and I have your vehicle right now. I have your phone. I have all of that. We're doing search warrant on that. I'll give you a copy of the search warrant.
Okay.
We have the video of you guys finding the gun. We've got the gun. We'll get searched fingerprints off that. I have a projectile at the scene.
Okay.
If that projectile comes back and matches that gun that was in your possession, that stolen handgun in there, what do I got? Is that going to happen?
He laid it all on the table, but Hunter's response was lukewarm at best. Hunter was still slumped over, so Smith hit him with the worst-case scenario.
Sir, I fell asleep in my house last night.
I understand it. Do you have anybody that will corroborate where you were last night? Because I have a witness that heard the shot at the scene last night and saw a vehicle leaving the scene. I got to get more details from him, and I'm not going to lie to you. This is one thing I do not do, sir. I do not lie to my people. I got to get more information on that. But I know what I know. The time, I know the exact time when it took place. They were out smoking and on a break from watching a video. I'm not saying you committed a homicide. I'm not charging you with that. Okay?
I did not.
And I'm not charging you with it. Okay, not at this point in time. Now, if there's ballistics come back, be capital murder. That's a death penalty. Okay? Okay.
Detective Smith tried to convince him to tell them the truth.
I'm not. Like I said, you're giving me pause. I'm wanting to believe you, sir. But you're giving me pause by not answering some of my questions the way a logical person would think. So I have problems with that.
So I also have great memory, and I will literally submit to whatever you need to
And I
help
appreciate
understand that I did not hurt this wonderful person.
I appreciate that. And
Hunter had finally shifted in his seat, saying nice things about Madison for his own character affirmation. He was careful not to let anything slip.
we need to talk to you. Well, you're a person of interest, and we need to speak with you. Will you please come here? And then, like I said, he didn't want to do this to search the vehicle, and then we found this, and there was a reason for that. I'm just telling you.
I had no reason. I had no idea what y'all pulled me over for.
And you didn't know that gun was in there.
I didn't.
I don't know if I mind that, brother. I don't know if I am.
No.
But all I know is the facts. The facts right now is you have Madison's gun in your vehicle. Madison's gun is missing. Madison was shot with a 9mm. That gun's a 9mm.
Pretty compound, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is. But I also have the projectile from the crime scene. And I will be able to tell with 100% certainty that projectile come out of that gun that was in your possession. I will tell you that for sure. That's 100% sure. My crime lab's good at that. And that projectile is in very good condition, so I know they will be able to make a match. If that's the gun. It may not be. If that's the case, it's cool.
Then another detective stepped in, Fritz. He took a different approach. Warm, calm, even friendly.
Bishop? Hey, my name's Detective Fritz. How you doing today?
Hello, sir. How are you?
I know it's been a long day. That's doing good on water? You need anything else to drink? All right.
Fritz called him by his first name to make the room feel less like an interrogation and more like a conversation. And for a moment, it worked.
I always let her know, out of respect for her, that I still love another woman and I don't want to be lukewarm.
Hunter opened up, talked about his relationship with Madison, how things had gotten complicated.
He goes to show your interaction. It doesn't show anything bad on you. I'm not saying that you led her on or anything of the sort. I'm trying to establish who it is that I'm talking to understand. Have you ever slept together? It doesn't make you a bad person or anything of the sort. Sometimes you're two full-grown adults. There's worse things that adults can do.
But yes, we're adults. And yes, we've had our curious moments.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that.
He was still careful about what he said. By now, he had gone through over 4 hours of interrogation. Detective Fritz was somehow getting him to let his guard down a little. As the room got a little comfortable, Fritz started tightening the screws. Hunter froze, but overcompensated.
What do you think should happen to the person that did this?
They should get caught. They should go to prison.
Okay.
I mean, that's the justice system for you.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Fritz kept laughing and smiling as he delivered the next blow.
A lot of aspects about my job that I deal with. And I think you're telling me a little bit of the truth, but you're not telling me all the truth.
He is having none of it. Officer Fritz doesn't even bother with the facade anymore.
You're trying to blow smoke up my back end that you think will give me just enough. You're trying to use enough $50 words. Trying to play chess. I'll play chess.
I don't know.
Okay, here's the thing. I want the truth, the whole truth. Absolutely, because right now what you're doing is not telling me the whole truth.
Hunter starts stumbling.
I'm pretty tired. I'm not always the best with words. My parents will say I was at the house. You'll go look at my phone and tell them.
There's stories that you're not telling the whole truth on. Okay? I've got video. I've got the phones. I've got everything. So here's what I want to know. Okay?
The detective told him his true motive.
I want to know what type of person I'm dealing with.
Simple person.
I want to know, am I dealing with the absolute cold-blooded killer that dealt with somebody before, and now, lo and behold, he's got a hold of another gun and just some things happen? Or am I dealing with the person that, spur of the moment, things happen? The simple fact is, I've got you on video holding a gun. We've got statements from individuals saying you shot the gun. That's enough right there in itself. So what I want to know is, who is the person I'm dealing with?
He wanted some honest answers.
Who am I dealing with, Mr. Bishop? Did you kill him?
Absolutely not.
Mr. Bishop, did you kill him?
Absolutely not.
Everything you're telling me right now is not the truth.
Clearly nervous, Hunter started contradicting himself. With his arms crossed, his body language was completely closed off. He was hiding something.
I don't have a reason why.
Look at me. Face me. Come talk to me. What happened? Start from the top. What time did you go over there yesterday?
I don't know, sitting in the parking lot for, 15, 20, 30 minutes. I don't know. We went over her house, on the porch, smoked a couple cigarettes.
I've got neighbors telling me. I got signed statements. Who am I dealing with, Mr. Bishop?
Well,
Who am I dealing with?
sorry I wasn't there.
Hunter changed details about the car ride, about the gun, about where they had gone that day. He claimed he didn't remember, that things were fuzzy, but the detective knew better. He was trying to understand the man in front of him. The calm, the lack of emotion, it didn't match the situation.
You're sitting here telling me that you find out she's dead. You ain't showed an ounce of emotion. So that's what worries me about who it is that I'm dealing with.
It wasn't in here when I did.
You have none right now.
But you had video, so
Are you just that cold-blooded?
it's okay. Alright. So you really don't know who I am, so that's
So
fine.
tell me who am I talking to? Who am I talking to?
You're talking to me right now. Hunter Dean Bishop. That's who you're talking to.
At that point, they didn't need a confession. They just needed to wait for him to slip. Hunter gave him his life story. Was this an attempt to garner sympathy?
I told you, my grandpa died in 2018, July 10th. Wrecked me. I haven't dealt with family death in about 20 years. It was the first family death and the most important family death. You weren't in here when I got messed up about it. It took me 2 or 3 weeks to mourn about my grandfather's death. I've had a pretty rough life. I don't just...
What happened last night?
I wasn't there.
Fritz wasn't getting sidetracked that easily.
What happened last night? Everything you're sitting here telling me goes contradictory to that. I'm good at my job.
Then you must have been there.
Give me the start then. What happened? You got off work at McDonald's. What happened?
I already told you.
Tell me again.
Sit in the parking lot for 20, 30 minutes.
What'd you talk about?
Life, everything. What do you mean?
Like what? I'm not asking you what happened 6 months ago. I'm asking you what happened yesterday.
I talked about the way the shift was going, or whatever she did for the day, or what she ate for lunch or something.
The detective pushed further, asking for the timeline.
I mean, not intimate things.
Okay.
I told you, we went to her house. We didn't talk about
Did you take your car or her car?
I believe it's with her car. Or we took.
What do you mean you believe? You don't know?
Check the video camera.
So I'm asking you.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't remember. I probably.
You don't know how you got from work to there yesterday.
I probably got in her car.
Okay?
As the detective poked holes through the story, Hunter kept digging himself a deeper hole.
So you drove her car from your work to her house.
Wait, what?
You got in her car and drove to her house. Is that what you're saying?
I rode with her.
Okay.
Most likely. I mean, I was almost sure what happened.
So then how did you get back home? Because your car's back up at McDonald's.
She drove me back to my car.
Well, I thought you said you drove from her house to the gas station back to your house.
Well, I thought, but I mean,
See, that's what your stuff's not making up.
I don't pay attention.
Tell me the truth.
Relentless, he had finally cornered Hunter.
What happened?
Just go to McDonald's and get the footage. You'll see how I got in her.
Hunter, I'm asking you, what happened?
I don't know why you're raising your voice at me.
What happened?
Pretty sure I got in her car.
Pretty sure you don't know. Well, if you don't know, maybe something else happened.
He got defensive when the inconsistencies were pointed out.
I told the officer, swipe me for whatever.
I'm not worried about swapping or anything of the sort. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Hunter Bishop is the person. Because you're the one that can tell me everything.
Hunter still wouldn't give a straight answer, so the officer tried something else.
We've got statement forms. I'm going to give you a pen. I want you to lay it all out for me. I'm going to go check on a few things, verify a few things. And I'll be right back.
When offered a chance to write a statement, he tactfully declined.
Well, okay, so you're really good at your job. I want you to remember, on the tape. I told you quite a while ago I was done talking to you. I'm not going to write a statement for you because it is obvious that I'm making this some details that will be better displayed or showed in videos, because there will be McDonald's video footage.
But Detective Fritz wasn't going to give up.
I can promise you we're going to get every bit of that, but I want your statement as far as what happened. Okay? This is your chance to write it all down, to lay it all down for me. This is so that you can make it crystal clear for me.
This was his opportunity to lay it all out clearly. He was handed a pen and told to take his time while the detective stepped out to verify a few things. What came next would seal everything. Because of Hunter's possession of Madison's gun, which had been reported stolen, he was taken into custody on May 21st, 2020. He was formally charged with Madison Clavenger's murder. The evidence against him was overwhelming, and as the court date approached, even more started to surface. A friend of Hunter's named Hannah came forward. She claimed that in December 2019, he asked her to buy a gun for him. He couldn't purchase one himself because of his criminal record. When she hesitated, he told her he'd find another way. He wasn't planning to hurt her, he said, but he was going to hurt someone. Sadly, that's exactly what happened. Prosecutors presented overwhelming evidence tying Hunter to the crime. He was found in possession of the murder weapon, a Tiffany blue Glock bought by the victim just days before she was killed, along with a holster and gun oil she didn't purchase. In 2022, he was given life in prison without parole. Hunter Bishop was not a victim of circumstance, but a calculated killer who used trust to get close, planned Madison Clavenger's murder with chilling precision, and was ultimately undone by his lies, his arrogance, and the trail of evidence he couldn't erase. This was today's case. If you're interested in more true crime stories, click on the bell icon for notifications and subscribe to our channel for weekly updates. Leave a comment below if you think Hunter Bishop's punishment fits the crime.